In 1453, the Byzantine Empire, once the eastern pillar of Rome, faced its final hour. Constantinople, the queen of cities, stood surrounded. Mehmed the Conqueror, a young and ambitious Ottoman sultan, prepared to strike. The fall of Constantinople would not simply end a city's life, but mark the turning of an age, closing one empire and birthing another. For more than 1,000 years, Constantinople had been the heart of the Byzantine Empire. Its golden domes and mighty walls withstood countless sieges. But in the spring of 1453, Mehmed the Conqueror gathered an army of over 80,000, bringing cannons never before seen in such size. The city's defenders, barely 7,000 strong, braced for the inevitable storm. The Byzantine Empire's last emperor, Constantine XI Palaiologos, carried the weight of history. He knew that the fall of Constantinople would extinguish the flame of Rome's eastern legacy. Yet he refused surrender. With faith and courage, he rallied Greeks, Genoese allies, and common citizens. They manned the walls, determined to resist the might of Mehmed the Conqueror's legions. The Ottoman siege engines rumbled closer. Mehmed the Conqueror had commissioned a Hungarian engineer to forge the monstrous cannon called the Basilica. It could hurl stone balls weighing over half a ton against Constantinople's walls. The Byzantine Empire's ancient defenses, built by Theodosius centuries earlier, trembled under this new terror, though their mighty towers still stood proud against the first bombardments.
Constantinople's walls were legendary. Triple lines of stone and moat, symbols of Byzantine Empire resilience. For centuries, they turned back Persians, Arabs, and Bulgars. Yet now, with the fall of Constantinople looming, these same fortifications bore the brunt of Ottoman artillery. Night and day, defenders rushed to repair cracks, using earth and timber, while cannon fire thundered relentlessly against them.
Inside the city, the people of the Byzantine Empire prayed in Hagia Sophia. This great church, jewel of Christendom, echoed with chants asking God to spare Constantinople. Yet fear mingled with faith. Supplies dwindled, hope wavered. Still, Emperor Constantine walked among them, urging courage. The fall of Constantinople might seem certain, but faith held many hearts firm against despair. Mehmed the Conqueror's fleet blockaded the city from the sea. Yet the Byzantines relied on their secret weapon, the great chain across the Golden Horn. Stretched between towers, this iron barrier barred Ottoman ships. The fall of Constantinople could not come by sea so long as the chain held. Mehmed, determined, began to plot a bold and unexpected maneuver. In one of history's most daring feats, Mehmed ordered ships dragged over land. Logs greased with fat became rollers. Ottoman galleys slid across hills and forests, bypassing the chain. The Byzantine Empire's defenders awoke in shock, seeing enemy ships suddenly inside the Golden Horn. With this move, Mehmed the Conqueror tightened his grip, cutting Constantinople from hope of relief.
Now trapped by both land and sea, Constantinople stood isolated. The Byzantine Empire sent pleas to the west, begging for aid. A few Genoese and Venetian ships arrived, bringing supplies and men, but the grand armies of Europe never came. The fall of Constantinople would be decided not by Christendom united, but by the courage of a few thousand.
For 50 days the siege raged. The Byzantine Empire's soldiers manned the walls with desperate valor. Cannon fire shook the stones, arrows darkened the sky, yet the defenders hurled rocks, poured boiling oil, and fought hand to hand atop the battlements. Mehmed the Conqueror pressed every assault, but the city still stood. Constantinople's fall seemed delayed, though the cracks widened. Among the defenders was Giovanni Giustiniani, a seasoned Genoese captain. He commanded the strongest section of the wall, rallying men with skill and bravery. The Byzantine Empire relied heavily on his expertise. Mehmed the Conqueror knew if Giustiniani fell, morale would collapse. Day after day, his presence gave Constantinople strength, holding the line against relentless Ottoman attacks. Mehmed the Conqueror grew impatient. He ordered tunnels dug beneath the walls, hoping to collapse them with fire and explosives. Yet the Byzantine Empire's engineers countered with skill. They dug counter-tunnels, meeting the invaders underground in deadly combat. The clash of picks, smoke, and fire beneath Constantinople showed that the city's defenders would fight above and below the earth. Despite resistance, Constantinople weakened. Food grew scarce, disease spread, and exhaustion took hold. The Byzantine Empire's last citizens clung to hope in Hagia Sophia, but despair whispered in the streets. Mehmed the Conqueror's camp, by contrast, brimmed with energy. Drums and prayers filled the nights. The fall of Constantinople drew nearer, as faith and fear collided in both camps. On May 28, 1453, the eve of the final assault, Emperor Constantine XI gathered his people. In Hagia Sophia, Greek and Latin Christians prayed side by side, their divisions forgotten. The Byzantine Empire's last night echoed with hymns, tears, and courage. Outside, Mehmed the Conqueror prepared his army for one decisive strike that would seal the fate of Constantinople forever. Before dawn on May 29th, the Ottoman assault began. Waves of soldiers stormed the walls, drums pounding, voices shouting, "Allah Akbar." The Byzantine Empire's defenders met them with arrows, fire, and stones. The first waves faltered. Then came Janissaries, elite warriors of Mehmed the Conqueror. Their discipline and ferocity pressed the attack, shaking Constantinople's defenses as never before. At the heart of battle, Giovanni Giustiniani was struck by a cannonball fragment. Gravely wounded, he was carried from the walls. The Byzantine Empire's morale shattered with him. Soldiers lost heart, believing the city doomed. Mehmed the Conqueror seized the moment, pressing harder. The fall of Constantinople edged closer, as courage faltered and Ottoman steel advanced relentlessly against the gates. The Kirkoporta, a small gate, was left unguarded amid chaos. Ottoman soldiers discovered it and rushed inside. The Byzantine Empire's defenders, already stretched thin, could not seal it in time. Mehmed the Conqueror's troops poured through, swarming the inner city. The fall of Constantinople unfolded rapidly as resistance crumbled from within and Ottoman banners rose above broken walls. As enemy troops surged in, Emperor Constantine XI refused to flee. The Byzantine Empire's last sovereign fought on foot, sword in hand among his soldiers. Witnesses said he vanished in the crush of battle, his body never found. In that moment, Constantine became legend, remembered as the last Roman, falling with his city as Constantinople died. The fall of Constantinople was complete. Ottoman soldiers stormed Hagia Sophia, where terrified citizens huddled in prayer. Mehmed the Conqueror entered the city triumphantly. The Byzantine Empire's thousand-year legacy ended in blood and fire. Yet Mehmed spared the great church, converting it into a mosque, symbol of a new era. The Queen of Cities was reborn under the crescent moon. For Mehmed the Conqueror, the fall of Constantinople was destiny fulfilled. He declared the city his new capital, Istanbul. From its walls, the Ottoman Empire would rise as a world power. For the Byzantine Empire, May 29, 1453, marked extinction. The last echo of Rome faded, replaced by a new imperial dream stretching across 3 continents.